Again, 16007, Seattle, Washington. The zip is 98116. We also, our website, for those who haven't been to it, is www.odysseylink.net. Okay. ODYSSEY.
Link.
Link. L-I-N-K, one word. .net.
Somebody also, let me just add one thing. Somebody has also asked me if I communicated with Freddie once I knew he was up and moving. I tried to. Which he took from a cup. And then he later threw the cup at me.
He's a playful fella.
He left me with impressions. He left me with extreme migraines. Like there was so much information being impacted to me that I couldn't take it. He one time screamed at me and I yelled no and put my hands over my ears. And he stopped. And then he opened his mouth again a little later as if he was going to scream, and he didn't. So he was probably testing me.
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
sir.
That might be related to the question I had too. I was going to ask you if you were certain, on thinking back on it, was Susie's death intentional, or could it have been something to do with Susie making contact with that artifact and wristband, or an accident of some sort like that? Or do you feel he really meant to kill Susie?
As far as I can determine what I saw, and I was about 10 feet away, Susie was in a fight for her life. And at the moment that I saw it, I assumed Susie was attacking it. But I think now that I can think back on it, it was also attacking Susie. But I believe now that it was defending itself in probably the only way it could. And I'm sorry that it happened. You know, I'm sorry that I hit it. Because I wish it was here now.
One more question?
Yes, sir.
I'd never really seen this video beforehand, but one...
Nobody else has either, except San Diego.
Oh, another video that I thought might be related to it, but some years ago there was a video that was said to be, again, Art Bell. Heard a lot of it from his show. They kind of call it or refer it as like an alien interrogation video.
Okay. I don't know anything about that.
It was a fake tape?
I have no idea, sir. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I was just wondering, has anybody thought about, because we weren't unsure what happened with Freddie afterwards, has anybody thought that that might be Freddie?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that was done before.
No.
All right.
Thank you. Next.
From this point on, if you could, just one question so we can try to get all you guys in. Thank you.
I find your story so believable, one, because of your emotions, both of you, as you tell your story. It just seems so real. But my one question would be, if I had a story like that, why wouldn't you go to like 60 Minutes or Barbara Walters or something?
Would you believe it?
I would try it just to get it out even more, all the millions of people.
I went to the media during the 9 days. I went to our television station with a videotape that you saw. That videotape was confiscated by the Department of Energy and the Seattle Police Department. I was called by a producer who informed me of that and said, look out for these guys.
Welcome to America.
I could hear your sensitivity towards Freddie, and so this question came up to my mind. Did you ever consider taking him back to the woods so that he might possibly have a chance to live and go back to his, like they do us, they take us back?
I did not consider that, but so much was happening so fast.
No, I mean after he screamed and you found he was alive and in the locker later.
He seemed to be very comfortable where he was, and I was afraid to get near him, quite honestly.
At one point, Freddie forcibly shut the freezer, sending Jonathan off balance. This little creature has a tremendous amount of
He
strength.
was strong like an orangutan.
But you didn't try to meditate and communicate with him and ask him if he wanted to go back? No,
I
mean,
tried my
was
best.
laughing, but
I tried my best to keep my sanity.
Yes.
And-
You know, I don't mean
and-
to sound stupid, but a lot of metaphysicians...
You're not sounding stupid.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry.
And I just reacted as I would if this was an animal, because I felt that it was maimed. I saw the wound. I dressed it. I even closed it up, and it started to heal, which I took for just, as things are in the freezer, you know, things stick together. Well, that's what I thought.
Well, I'm not judging you because I
Oh, no,
I understand
no,
so
that's
perfectly,
fine.
and I think that you did everything you possibly could. And
You'll
I
understand-
appreciate- Yes, I do. I do, and in seeing you and feeling your empathy,
There
I think
is
you're beautiful. And-
there is so much
Yes.
information both in the book and that has yet to come out that will explain much, much more.
Well, thank you for your courage.
Jonathan didn't talk
you.
about
Thank
the
you.
visitors he had on day 3 or 4 from the government who told him that if he did have anything extraterrestrial, he should hand it over to them now, and for him to keep his mouth shut. His dog ran away, you know. The trip out into the woods nothing happened.
That explains it all.
And he was told that the next group who came would not be as nice as they were. And the next group that came took everything he had and wiped out his life. And that was a group from NSA, National Security. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say how compassionate that I feel, and I feel really emotional about the cover-up and how it's affected John.
I'm suffering
He just hasn't
from,
got a life anymore, basically.
I'm suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome.
You know why I'm here? So do I, because don't think it's only America, it's in England.
It's
They
a re-
murder,
it's
people murder
everywhere.
people,
Yes,
you know? I, in a way, I'm standing here now, but I've been murdered. Do you think I can prove my story? No. Even the solicitors are holding back information. Princess Diana was murdered. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
You know,
Corruption,
what-
power abuse is everywhere.
What I've learned from someone like Sean Atlanti is everybody has something to say about what's happened to them, because this is a global thing. These things happen to a hell of a lot of people, but you
Yes.
know what? 98% of them don't talk. They hide away. What are our mental institutions filled with? Are they really filled with people that just couldn't hack it? Or are they filled with people that were placed there by individuals that didn't want them to talk?
Listen, I've been trying to publish and make my story public. No newspaper has helped me, and it's been very, very hard to live with, because I'm here now. I don't know how long for, but I've been murdered because the
Character assassination is one of the worst things that can ever happen to an individual. Thank you for sharing your story.
because they
Thank
didn't listen to me, and they didn't do what they should have done in time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and I don't judge you. And I think that even if you had brought Freddie with you and he were sitting over there with you, that you would still have to have some
We'd
problems.
have to prove it.
Some people
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I believe that some people should watch The Insider, which was about 60 minutes. Maybe that's the reason why you couldn't bring it over there. Of course.
They're not there to present this kind of material. That's
Of
not what they're for.
course.
The closest 60 Minutes has ever gotten to being real about anything is when they did a very obscured, very rarely seen, but it's in their archives, video or show on the black corporations, which they've never shown again in any form.
Right, and if I just wonder how much people cannot believe these sort of issues, and then they can believe about killings of thousands and thousands of people all over the world in the name of freedom,
You know,
democracy.
I,
But they cannot believe this, which is a lot of evidence, a lot more than mainstream
a
news
little
media
over
showing.
over 3 years ago,
Right, how much does it take?
I would have never believed this myself.
I think the material that you're presenting is extremely convincing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've had a camera, video camera, and I've recorded with a video camera, and I can hear